So picture this. You're scrolling, minding your own business, and suddenly Toyota drops hints about the 2026 Sienna, and you realize minivans are not playing it safe anymore. I've been following the Sienna for years, and this next version feels like Toyota saying, yeah, we know families want more, so here you go. If you thought the current Sienna was already solid, the 2026 model looks ready to level things up in ways that actually matter. Before we dive in, real quick, if you love staying up to date on new cars, future models, and honest breakdowns without the boring stuff, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It seriously helps the channel, and you won't miss what's coming next, especially with 2026 shaping up to be a huge year for Toyota. Now let's talk about what's changing. The design is expected to get sharper and more modern, and honestly, that's been a long time coming. The Sienna already ditched the old box-on-wheels look, but the 2026 version is rumored to push even further with slimmer headlights, a more aggressive front end, and cleaner lines along the sides. It still looks practical, but now it has more confidence, like it knows it's not just a family hauler anymore. Think less soccer practice, more road trip ready with style. One of the biggest things people care about is the powertrain, and Toyota isn't messing around here. The Sienna is expected to stick with its hybrid-only setup, which makes sense because it's already one of the most fuel-efficient minivans out there. The 2026 model is likely to improve that even more, with smoother acceleration and better real-world mileage. No complicated tech talk, just better gas savings, quieter driving, and fewer stops at the pump. And yes, all-wheel drive should still be on the table, which is huge for families dealing with snow, rain, or rougher roads. And speaking of rougher roads, this is where things get interesting. Toyota seems to be leaning into a slightly more adventurous vibe. There's strong buzz around improved off-road capability. Nothing extreme, but enough to confidently handle gravel roads, campsites, and weekend escapes. A lifted stance on certain trims, tougher tires, and drive modes tuned for uneven terrain could make this the most versatile Sienna yet. Basically, it's a minivan that's not afraid to get dirty. Inside is where the 2026 Sienna might win a lot of people over. The interior is expected to feel more premium and more tech-forward without being overwhelming. A larger touchscreen, faster response, and better smartphone integration are likely, along with more USB ports than you'll ever need. Toyota is also expected to improve seat comfort and cabin materials, making long drives feel easier on everyone. And yes, sliding doors, flexible seating, and cargo space are still a huge part of the package. Toyota knows families depend on this stuff, and they're not taking it away. Safety has always been a Sienna strong point, and that's not changing. The 2026 model should come packed with Toyota's latest driver assistance features, many of them standard. Things like adaptive cruise control, lane assistance, and improved cameras are expected to feel more natural and less intrusive than before. It's all about helping the driver, not annoying them. Now let's talk pricing, because that's the big question. While official numbers aren't out yet, expect a small bump compared to the current model. That's pretty normal, especially with new tech and updates. But Toyota usually balances this well, and the Sienna should remain one of the best values in its class when you consider fuel savings, reliability, and resale value. Compared to older Siennas, the 2026 version may cost more upfront, but it gives you way more in return. When you line it up against past models, the difference is clear. Older Siennas were practical, sure, but this one feels smarter, more stylish, and more adaptable to modern life. It's not just about getting from point A to point B anymore. It's about doing it efficiently, comfortably, and with a bit of personality. So if you've been sleeping on minivans, the 2026 Toyota Sienna might be the one that changes your mind. It's shaping up to be cleaner, tougher, more efficient, and more fun to live with than ever before. And honestly, that's pretty exciting. Let me know what you think. Would you pick the 2026 Sienna over an SUV? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because I'll be covering more updates as soon as Toyota makes things official.